Okay, so what I'm doing now, basically, I am about to go over some things. I made a previous recording and it didn't really go too well because I wasn't really, I didn't have all the information I needed in order to project what I was trying to relay to my viewers. Okay, so um, basically, what I'm doing at this particular time um, is 2025 in of the month of January. Okay, and we know that is tax year. So basically, what we want to do is find out exactly um, what everyone is doing. Okay, and on the grounds of working with each other. Okay, in their current roles. Okay, it's a brand new year. Okay, so we should be coming up with some ideals of how we can unify efforts, right? So that we all can profit from. So, what I decided to do is go over some basic steps with you first, and then we're going to more details of what's going on and how we can get together. All right, and then we can formulate some um, classes. So, the first thing I would like for you to do is to like this video, put in your comments, share it, and press the alarm button so that you will be alert when I download new content. Okay, and this right here is a state of awareness, intellectual thinking. Those of you who are new to this environment, I really recommend that you go to, and I'm going to go to the playlist right now so you can see it. Um, uh, go ahead. I'm gonna stop it. All right. A little sniffles. Okay. I highly recommend that you go to this video um, in my playlist, and it's how to start building a business mindset. Okay. And from training day one. Okay. Now, these videos help you to understand what is needed in order for you to work with other business entrepreneurs. Okay, no matter where you are, in the United States, across the country, around the world, it's a business mindset. Okay, you got to know exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play um, the beginning or the portion of this video so you see exactly what you're going to be getting on um, a novice level. Okay. All right. So first, let me make sure I got this. So make sure we have this going on.
Hello, everybody. This is your man Nicholas Shepherd from the Shepherd Enterprise LLC, Business Administration Information System Consultants, and I'm here today to pretty much discuss about some things I have that have actually I came across and things I have viewed from looking at other business locations and business leaders. talking, and this is one of my first videos that I actually made in conjunction to my business, okay, or what I'm thinking about as a business leader. I've learned throughout my business career and working with a lot of different individuals that most African American businesses aren't as cohesive as they should be. Okay, everyone is out there to get theirs. Okay, which is a shame. I have been in business for about, let's say, over 25 years, right? And I have spoken to a lot of different business individuals who have businesses, and believe me, they do not want to work with you in their business. There's people out there who have businesses, right? And you say, okay, listen, okay, why don't we work together and just do something? They just don't have the time, right? They don't have the time to work with you, see, and because they're trying to compete with the European businesses. And number one, you're never going to African American business is not going to ever be able to compete with the European business, ever. Okay, you may be able to buy like boxes and pens or little stuff, little small size, and make your money, make you look great in front of the African American that doesn't have anything. But the Europeans who have money, you're insignificant, right? It's like you're not in their way. You're not taking nothing out of their pockets, man. You're not taking nothing out of their bucket. You have to understand one thing, right? If you are, if you have a job, right? I don't care if you're working for a major company, McDonald's, anything like that. It only costs $25, right? To go down to the department, the Secretary of State, and apply for your LLC. All right. It doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of time. Once you apply for your LLC, at that particular time, you can get an EIN, Employees Identification Number. That sets you, and a tax ID, that sets you up as a business person, right? Or business entity. You can be a sole proprietorship. Being this, it allows you access to a lot of different things that a person who does not have a business LLC access to. So you have to understand one thing. By getting your LLC, right, and creating an opportunity for others, put you in a greater position for success, right? Every business that's out there right now, European business, the reason why they are successful because they have put other persons, okay, into a position where they can make money, where they can be successful, right? In turn, what they did, they turned around and they had to create more opportunities, and they used the persons that actually helped them, right, as a platform to get to the next level. And they work with each other, and they network different information, and they recruit other people that are in a position to make money and put them in line to make money, right? And then it's a big cycle of different things that you can do. Some people say, well, I want to open a business up. Okay, fine. You open a business, right? What you gonna do then? What are you gonna do? You need to you must write out a list of principles, right? Business objectives. They don't have to be a long, drawn out line. It can be like 4 or 5 different lines. Business principles can be basically, what are you willing to commit yourself to? What line you up to be successful, right? You write these different things out and you put them on a wall somewhere, and you look at these things. Say, I will be a man of my word. I will stick to financial commitment. We will always accomplish, we would always accomplish, hold on, we would always accomplish um, these different tasks or these objectives within within a 6 month period, right? These are things that you can do when you're starting. And those of you who do not have the desire to start a business, you can actually create an opportunity for those who are trying to. We always think that, well, the reason why I don't want to invest in a black business because all I do every time we invest money, first thing they want to do, they want to buy a car, they want to do this. Well, what do you think the European business leaders doing every time you put money into their account or you buy something from them? They do the same doggone thing, man. They buy houses, they invest in and the thing about it, the money that you purchase, the things you purchase from their organization, the money you invest in their organization, whatever it means it is, you do not have access to it. Okay? You don't have access to it all. So by you just sitting there and putting money into their pocket, right? You will never see what they do with that money. Your biggest problem, most African Americans' biggest problem is that they got to see what African American business leaders are doing. They want to look into their bank account. They want to see what they drive. They want to see this. And Europeans, they do it all the time. You look around you. Every vehicle that you buy is based on what? Someone else's success, man. It ain't based on your success. It's based on someone else's success. You look at all these different businesses around here, right? If you look around, majority of the businesses in this country is controlled by either people from other cultures, right, or from the Europeans
Okay.
that structure this
So
culture.
I want to, you know, forgive me for the fact that, this is more of um, you know, and the reason being, all this is happening is because of the fact that, like I said, you got people out there who just don't understand the whole dynamics of entrepreneurship, right? So, of course, people is not going to be able to understand the fact that, you know, there's more to um, business, all right? And you really have to put yourself in a position where, people are willing to listen to you, all right? So, and again, it's not going to be easy. Nothing is really easy, but you have to formulate a group of people that's willing to work with each other in order to accomplish something, accomplish goals. All right. Again, everyone is in it to win. Okay. So it's not like, you're going to be in this all by yourself because you're not. But you must surround your people. You must surround yourself with people or business professionals who know and have a skill based on what they research and study. Now, a lot of people is going to give you a lot of BS just to try to exploit what you're doing and try to underhand you. Don't pay attention to those people. Keep digging because it happened to me. I talked to people in the past, but now I filter out the people that bullshit, right? You got a lot of bullshit of people that and they may be making money in the beginning, okay, they make money. When I first started, I was a novice. I made a lot of money, but then, because I didn't have a business a coach, and like I'm trying to do for yourself now in your business, trying to be a business coach and try to teach you research information. You may not have the time to do the research that I'm able to do. Okay, so I'll be your side player to make sure that happens. Okay, so it's not a big thing for me to research information for you to make sure that you have all the tools you need in order to be successful. Okay, it's up to you to decide whether or not you want things to be placed in a position where you can succeed. All right. So, um, the next portion of this is basically is going to be based on some tax things. All right. So, um, I'm going to go off into um, this area, and like I say, please bear with me. Um, go over to here and here. Well, it's not that. Let's see. And okay, so what it is that I have, um, these are okay. I have folders, okay, and in these things, um, I have a lot of different information, and I usually from the day I start, I try to put together, formulate a lot of information I can pass on to people, and I read up on some of these things. Some things I have current knowledge of, but you have to get with your tax professional, business tax professional, your accountant, and then talk about these different things. But even though you talk to them about these things, you make sure, okay, that you research the information yourself. Talk to other business professionals who are working independently, who found um, some either shortcuts. I'm not talking about shortcuts not paying, but shortcuts around the BS that people will try to feed to you to keep you from gaining more momentum in being a business professional, okay, and a knowledgeable uh, business professional, okay, so that you can give others advice about things that you went through and studied and learned in order to keep yourself on the on the fighting edge, okay, and then you be able to survive all the pitfalls, okay. So what it is here is that, okay, I have these different um, forms, okay, so city, state, federal tax checkoff list, and I put it in the PDF as well, okay, and I can actually send this off to you. And in this, um, I have a list of things that you need to do. Okay, so what happens that um, you got this certificate of restoration of good standing. You do that yearly. Um, you could do it when you do your tax. You can pretty much look at this. You may not have to do it yearly. Okay. I think it costs them like $20 to do this. Um, and then you have your other credits and sick leave, all this stuff right here. Okay, things that you can profit from and benefit from if you actually, um, you know, if you actually try to enhance your knowledge of what's going on. All right. So um, look at these forms, okay, and then you got limited liability company, IRS outline. Then you got single member limited liability. You make sure you check these things off as you go through. You print this document out. You go through it, learn as much as you can about it, and get the forms. The forms you can download the forms off the IRS Federal Revenue Service website, which we have here. Let's see. Actually, what I can do, okay, usually on my PDFs, okay, let's see here. I can actually just click these, right? And this is a good tool for me. Like if I have these forms here, I can go here and then I can click on that and then it brings me to that site. Um, and then you can go over and read it and see if it, you know, is if it's beneficial for yourself. Make sure, like, this is a current um, um, version of it. I think it is. I don't think that they cite as update, but I don't know how often they actually update their files, because if nothing changed, they're not going to update it. Okay, so the dates that you see here is effective dates. Okay, so if the effective date change, you know, it will show it here. But if you've been doing this since 2021 and it says effective date is 19 February to 2021, that means that if any modifications or anything like that came out, they actually did it in this. So what you need to do, you can go ahead and click that, and then you can go over the information and tell them exactly, put in what you need. And like I said, they give you line by line um, descriptions, everything like that, what you need. All right, you can read. And if you need any advice, of course, they have videos and things like that. Okay, so the next one is what you need to do every day. I mean, every year. Sing around look. Okay, these are just instructions, and you can go to limit liability LLC. You can read that. And make sure you're compliant. Go through this and look at it. Make sure that you are in those different categories. And here it says that, let's see, it says here specifically domestic LLC with at least two members is classified as a partnership for federal income tax purposes unless it files form here. Okay, 8832. Okay, and affirmatively elects to be treated as a corporation. See, so that's what I did. I filed this form here, and I filed for as a corporation for income tax purposes. LLC with only one member is treated as an entity, disregarded as a separate from its owner, disregarded as separate from its owner, unless files form 8832 and elects to be treated as a corporation. However, for purpose of employment tax and certain excess taxes, an LLC with only one member is still considered a separate entity. Okay, so you can file this. You classify yourself LLC um, as a corporation, and you LLC basically owns that corporation, and you can actually from there all that is put within a trust. Okay, which we'll go over that and later. All right, and that's a little bit more complicated process, but we can go over that in later sessions. Okay, okay. So so again, you create your LLC, and then what you do, you create your corporation, and you put that under your LLC, and you run your business as a corporation. Okay, so your LLC owns your corporation, and then you put all that in the trust. Okay, all right, all right. So to separate you from any type of adverse, um, negligent things that may come about. Okay. Um, okay, so we got your checkoff list, and you going down, down, down. Okay, you got your W-2s. We already went over um, the classification election. Then we got the corporation income tax return 1120. I actually filed that as well. It don't matter if you. I went to I went to a tax consultant, and I was telling them about this form. They're not going to want to do this. Okay. All right. They're not going to do this. So the best thing to do is to find out yourself. Okay. What is it that you need to do? All right. In order to, um, you know, qualify for this. And they have instructions. Okay. Just go out there, um, file this, and and once you do it, just mail it in. All right. If they have any questions, they will contact you. All right. So it can be you, your wife, you know, your of age child. Um, it can be more than one person. All right. So, and then once that happens, consent statement, signatures, instructions, that's all. And then you send us in, give them a title, and then you just mail this in. All right. So that changes your classification from a LC to a corporation. All right. So, even though you can still maintain the LC, but you operating your business under a corporation. Okay. All right. And then, like I say, after that, you can actually take all that, okay, and then put it in the trust. So your trust will own your LC and your corporation, right? Where you can sell. They say you can sell your LC to the trust, and then, you know, the trust would be over everything. All right. Then you can elect an official, okay, that's responsible for the trust. Okay. Okay, but you had to look. We'll look more into that. All right. So, you got your form 8832, and then your 1120, where um, you do your elections. All right. All right. Then you got your form 8829, business use of your home. If those of you who are using your home, and make sure you look at this and read this because of the fact that these things can be very tricky. Um, you got your 1040 individual, and then you got the revisions of this. Make sure that you have all the information that you need. Um, right here, this is the form here. We can go look at the form right now. And expenses for your business and use your home. So you can, whatever you're doing in your home, you, like I say, I fill out this and I mail this in because, but see, you got to understand, you got to make sure you understand the dimensions of the park. 'Cause you cannot use your whole home. All right, it's your office have to be a certain diameter, okay, in your home. All right, for you to be able to use it as expense. All right, so um, but again, you go ahead and fill out this information, and then if the IRS have some question about it, they will contact you, and tell you, well, you can't do this, you can't do this. You know what I'm saying? They can reclassify you. All right. Um, okay, then you have the form 4562, which is the depreciation of um, your property or whatever you have, um, concerning the business. Uh, I don't use this because I don't own this property, so I can't say any depreciation or anything, but we can actually look at the form and it sees exactly what it is. So maximum amount, um, say election expense, certain property under section 179. Um, you know, you got to look at it, and I think you have to own a property, so I don't think that really involve most of us. But those of you who have own your homes and you're using it, you can utilize this form. Okay. All right. So then they get qualifying opportunity zones, and these zones are basically zones that uh, are like I say, opportunity zones are an economic development tool that allows people to invest in distressed areas in the United States. Um, I was looking at a couple of uh, uh, videos based on this when people they invest money in qualified areas that are in distress, and it gets tax write-offs for that. Okay, so I'm quite sure they have a list of those areas. Um, Um, and like I say, certify and maintain a qualified opportunity fund repository, so they have to be separate so that they know they can see that you have money going in and you're paying you're making these donations, okay, based on that, okay, okay, and you know, certify the corporation or partnership is organized to invest in quantum opportunity zone. So you got to do this right here. Okay, report that this meeting it meets the 9% investment standard, and you go through this right here. Okay, so and then you go through that. Click yes in part five. So these are instructions that you can go by. All right. Um, then we have this. Okay, you got the instructions for this. What is 2553? Let's take a look at that. Okay, future developments. Okay, so go ahead and read through this. Um, say it is the domestic corporation will be eligible to elect and treat it as a corporation that timely files this form and meets um, all the other tests listed below. So you go through here and you got to meet these requirements, all right, and you're trying to um, do this, okay, which I don't qualify for that, so I don't worry about it. But if you are in these areas and you feel like you are in a qualified opportunity zone, you can go ahead and do that. Okay. Okay. So if you need this spreadsheet and you would like to join us, and when we go out and start, you know, learning more about this, we can bring people in so that we all can get insight on what's going on this tax year so that we can continue to um, profit from what we're doing. So, like I said, make sure you file your business taxes. Make sure you keep a log of what you're doing so that you will not be caught up in anything outside of the financial laws. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And what we're going to be doing next, we're going to be talking about some other things pertaining to business. So um, I'm gonna stop this video because this is the first part, and then we're gonna go into another session.